So we get in the car, he's taking me home, and he's like, I'm just kept saying, I was like, I don't feel good. He's like, you keep saying it, and what if you pregnant, ha. So I was like, you know what? Hey mamas and daddies, welcome back to my channel. So let's just jump right back into this one, shall we? Because the last time you left your girl, I was pregnant. So, yeah. So after, getting that huge positive on that stick, my initial reaction, like any other sane person, was to lay on my bathroom floor and weep. I mean, I lost it. I could not believe that this thing had the audacity to be pink. I laid on my bathroom floor and I cried and cried and cried and cried until I could not cry anymore. And then I had this like epiphany that, like, Janelle, baby girl, no matter how often you clean this floor, no matter how much Pond Sol and bleach you clean with, it's still a bathroom floor. You need to get yourself together. You need to get up, pull it together. So I got up off the floor. I went in my room. I laid in my bed, and I continued to cry over and over again. That's not what I was expecting, obviously. Like, first of all, I'm like, this can't even happen to me. They done told me like 10, 12 years ago that this wasn't even possible. Then I'm like, well, god dang it, since I done had the baby, I'm probably gonna have another miscarriage. I can't go through that again. Then I'm like, Lord, I'll have a plan. I don't like when my plans are interrupted. I like spontaneity. This is going to be real contradicting. I like spontaneity, but I don't like change. Like, if my mind is set on something, it's set on something. This was not in the plans, okay? I'm supposed to be going my way to Georgia. This can't happen. Most importantly, actually, backtrack. Messed up, first of all, ain't supposed to be able to happen. Messed up my plans. Pregnant by somebody who don't even love me. Most importantly, I am allergic to children. Every time you say baby, I'm just sneezing. Like, no. Me and children don't get along. This is not in the plans. Y'all, all of this is running through my mind at once. But most importantly, I was like, my plans for my life. And then, of all the people, this is the one you choose to help me sire and father my children. Like, Lord, come on. Like, I was so upset, and I know that sounds real shady, no disrespect to UC, but yeah. So like, I'm like, no, this can't happen. I cried and cried and cried and cried and cried. I was like, this is unreal. I just could not. And I had all these emotions. And then, like I said, when I thought about it, I was like, I can't physically take another miscarriage. I didn't want to have an abortion because I just mentally could not process that. Emotionally, I knew I couldn't process that. Financially, I'd have made it happen. But I was like, and no shade or disrespect to anyone who has made that decision, but I was like, I can't do that because I never even thought this was possible. So now it's like, since I know it's possible, what if I change my mind like 15 years from now and I'm done thotting off and being ridiculous and I want to grow up and get a husband and I done had an abortion, and this is how my mind thinks. Like, I'm like, God gonna punish me 20 years from now with this decision right now. I was all over the place. Then I'm like, how am I going to survive? People are going to find out. Like, no duh, stupid. You're going to get big. But my mind was just, I was like, wow, this is happening. So after I finally stopped crying, I know I cried for like 2.5 hours at bare minimum. I got in the bed because I was supposed to go to church the next morning with my friend and her boyfriend, now husband. And I was like, okay, just breathe. We're going to go to church and we're going to see if anybody can tell. And plus, I'm like, you know what, sis? You had them pregnancy tests for a while, because I don't know why I bought them. I think that's just a thing you do when you having sex. But I'm like, they probably old. It don't even work. So don't even worry about it. Let's go to bed. and we're gonna go to church and we'll figure it out tomorrow. Next morning, wake up, go to church. Well, my homegirl came to pick me up, and we go to church, and nobody noticed that I was harboring a human inside of my womb. Nobody said anything. Of course nobody said anything because I was like, what, a day? I don't know. So I'm not sure. Like, there were no symptoms, nothing. Like, so of course nobody noticed. So that really, I'm like, I literally was like praying, like, God, let somebody find out or something, because I don't know what to do. I am just so lost. Like, you would have thought that I was like 12 or something, because I couldn't fathom it. So I just remember like crying and like, okay, nobody noticing. So she dropped me off at my dad's church. So went over to my dad, because I didn't say I went to my uncle's. So I went to my dad's church, and one of them, this couple at my dad's church, they gave me a ride. Were giving me a ride home. I was like, can y'all like take me to Mondawmin, because I just need to run in the store real quick. So I went to Mondawmin, and I got another pregnancy test, 2 actually. So I go back home, and I'm like, I'm gonna give it a little bit, y'all. In this time between the initial one and me really like it hit me in my head like a V8, I took not 1, not 2, 4 pregnancy tests in hopes that one would be different. Like, somebody has to say negative. Like, this is a joke. It was not a joke, okay? So at this point, it's just starting to sink. So I've decided, I was like, well, I guess I gotta tell them. So important to understand that at this point in our relationship, which really wasn't an official relationship, but we were acting like it, it was coming to a close. So the idea of having to tell this man that I am pregnant when I was just getting ready to just skip town, like, it was daunting for me, because I'm sitting here like, okay, I'm pregnant, and I'm pregnant by somebody who I did not feel loved me the way that I loved him. Because anybody who knew me then knew that I was like head over heels in love with my baby daddy. I loved him, okay? So, but I was realizing like, okay, first we went from we ain't supposed to be having no feelings to now I love him, and I don't think he loved me. So you want me to bring a child into this world with somebody who I don't even know if we want the same things in life, like, I don't know what his views are on parenting. I don't know, like, I wanted to leave Maryland. I never wanted to stay in Maryland. So now I'm like, well, now I'm be stuck here because he is never going to want to leave. I had already known he didn't want to move. It was just so many things in my mind, and I'm like, Lord, how am I going to tell him? Tell him, number 1, I'm pregnant, and number 2, I'm not staying in Maryland with this baby. This is not how it's going to work. No. So it was just so difficult. So I was going to just, give him the pregnancy test, but I don't think he would have thought it was real, because I played a joke on him like 2 Father's Day ago, and you see how it came back on me. Then I was like, well, I was just going to wait till after my first doctor's appointment and like confirm that I was pregnant and then tell him. And I can't remember what else I said I was going to do. I had come up like 10 scenarios of how I was going to tell this man. And I decided I'm just going to wait until after the first appointment and say something to him. In this meantime, I'm getting increasingly irritated with everybody around me because hormones. And I'm holding in this massive secret, haven't said anything to anybody. And what's crazy is like the girl, somebody else at my job, she just kind of figured it out on her own. Not the same girl who told me I was pregnant, but somebody else. Because I was so mean and nasty to folk. Like, it was just, I'm not even going to tell y'all some of the stuff that I was saying to people, because it's just, God don't like that. So I was like, okay. So I finally told my friend, my homegirl, that I went to church with. So I finally told her, and I was like, I don't know what I'm going to tell him. Like, what I'm going to do. And I don't even remember what her response was. I think it was something like I knew or whatever, but I don't remember what her response was in me telling him. But I just remember like that week, he just kept making like all these jokes. Like I just kept saying over and over, like, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I'm irritated, and I don't feel good. And so he kept like making little jokes like, ha ha ha, what if you pregnant? Why you keep saying you don't feel good? And I think something in him kind of had an idea, but he was waiting for me to say something. So what y'all need to know about me is my delivery methods suck. I don't know how to give no news, good or bad. I just word bomb it. I don't have like a nice delivery method at all. So don't ever ask me to like tell somebody else something for you, because it's going to be blunt and direct and you might be mad about it. So we get in the car, he's taking me home, and he's like, I'm just kept saying, I was like, I don't feel good. He was like, you keep saying it, and what if you pregnant, ha ha. So I was like, you know what, you laughing so much, I am pregnant. That's how I told him.